The goodbyes were chaotic, as always. Sam cried. Haley also cried, briefly, furiously, wiping her eyes with her sleeve and insisting it was the cold while Danny rubbed her back and didn't say a word. Grace hugged every person individually and at length, providing personalized commentary as she went. Danny was cooler than she had any right to be. Kate was loved even though she was terrifying. Oliver was her favorite human under 4 feet. Izzy hugged Kate harder than she ever had before. And then turned to Lily and said quietly, "Take care of them." Lily blinked twice before answering. "I will." Izzy gave a small, satisfied smile and went to collect Grace, who had wandered off to hug the snowman. Sam was last. She pulled Kate into a hug so tight Kate's spine cracked. "Don't be an idiot. You say that every time." "Because you keep almost being one." Sam pulled back and held Kate's face in both hands. "You deserve this. You know that, right?" Kate's throat tightened. "I'm working on it." "Work faster." Sam kissed her forehead, then turned and pulled Lily into a hug too. "Welcome to the family. It's loud, we're all a bit broken, but we're excellent at group chats." Kate drove. Lily sat beside her. Neither of them spoke for a while, and they didn't need to. The mountains were shrinking in the rearview mirror, and there was something worth protecting in the quiet, the last stretch of the trip where they were still in it, still away, still the versions of themselves who'd kissed in the snow. After about 20 minutes, Lily glanced over. "You're doing the thing." "What thing?" "The thing where you grip the steering wheel too hard and think too loudly." "I don't think loudly." "You absolutely do. You're making a list right now. Things we need to figure out. The job, what we tell Oliver, boundaries and stuff." Lily reached over and placed her hand on Kate's on the steering wheel. "We'll take it day by day, okay? One thing at a time." "That's hard for me." "It's hard for me, too. But we have time." Kate turned her hand over, laced their fingers together, and held on for the rest of the drive. They landed after dark. The apartment was exactly the way they'd left it. Oliver's toys scattered across the living room floor, Kate's laptop on the kitchen counter, Lily's book face down on the couch where she'd abandoned it a week ago. Kate carried Oliver to his room and tucked him in. He surfaced just long enough to mumble, "Can we go back to the snow?" "Someday, buddy." "With Lily?" Kate smoothed his hair back from his forehead. "With Lily." He was asleep before she left the room. She found Lily in the kitchen, filling the kettle, and the sight of it hit Kate harder than it should have because it was so familiar, so perfectly ordinary. How many nights had they done exactly this? The quiet apartment, the low light, Lily with her back turned, the kettle humming between them. Except now Kate could walk up behind her and not have to stop herself. "Chamomile?" Lily asked, not turning around. "Please." Lily turned. Kate was already there, closer than expected, closer than she'd ever let herself stand in this kitchen before. Or maybe she had. Maybe this was exactly how close she'd always stood, and it had always felt like this, and she'd just never let herself call it what it was. Lily didn't step back. Kate kissed her, softer than the snow, warmer than any cup of tea ever could be. "No more pretending?" Lily said. "No more pretending." "I know we said day by day," Kate said, "but I'd really like to take you out on Friday. Properly. Just us." Lily looked up at her. "Like a date?" "Like a date." The smile that broke across Lily's face was the kind she couldn't have hidden if she'd tried. "I would love that." Kate reached over and stole a sip of her chamomile. "Good." Elise arrived at 4 on the dot. She always did. Not a personality quirk so much as a fact of nature, the kind of woman time simply chose not to inconvenience. She had her sunglasses already off by the time Kate opened the door, as though she'd timed that too. "There he is," she said, and Oliver launched himself at her before she'd fully crossed the threshold. "Mom, can we go to the pizza place? The one with the checkerboard floor?" "Already booked." Oliver made a noise of pure vindication and immediately began telling her about the ski trip. The bunny slope, Sam falling before he did, the igloo that kept collapsing, the stars he'd seen from the cabin porch. He told it the way he told all his best stories, looping back, skipping the middle, starting 3 sentences at once. Elise followed without missing a step, asking exactly the right questions at exactly the right moments, the way someone does when they've had years of practice with a particular kind of chaos. Lily stayed near the kitchen doorway, not hiding exactly, just giving them space. Kate handled the handover efficiently, the backpack, the water bottle, a brief mention that he'd had a big lunch. She was calm about it in the way she always was with Elise now. No performance in either direction. "He finished a whole chapter book this week," Lily offered, because Oliver had spotted her and was already looking expectant. "The one about deep sea creatures. He's been telling everyone about anglerfish." Oliver nodded with great solemnity. "They are deeply misunderstood." Elise laughed, warm and unguarded, and glanced at Lily with something appreciative before turning back to Oliver. "Go grab your dinosaur, Bug. Only one, not all of them." He thundered off down the hall. The room settled into the particular quiet of 3 adults who all know each other in different ways. Elise adjusted the bag on her shoulder, unhurried. "He seems happier," she said, to Kate. "He is," Kate said. Elise smiled then. Genuine, no edge to it. Her gaze moved briefly to Lily, then back to Kate, and she tilted her head slightly. "You look happier too." She glanced at Lily once more, then back. "It suits you." Kate held her gaze for a moment. Something passed between them. Old and uncomplicated. "Thank you," Kate said quietly. Oliver reappeared at a full sprint, toy in hand, and the moment dissolved cleanly. He hugged Lily and Kate around the middle on his way to the door. "Bye, Lily. Bye, Mom." "Bye, buddy. Have the best time." "I will." Already pulling Elise toward the elevator. "Can we get dessert too? Mom said maybe, but maybe usually means yes if I don't ask too many times." The door closed behind them. The apartment exhaled. Lily stayed where she was for a moment, listening to the quiet settle. "She noticed," she said. Kate turned from the door. "She always does." There was no tension in it, just a fact. "Does that bother you?" "No," Kate said and meant it. She walked into the kitchen and reached for the kettle, easy and unhurried. "Not anymore." She looked at Lily, openly, the way she had started doing recently, without the careful composure she used to wear like a second layer of clothing. "Are you nervous?" Kate asked. "About tomorrow." Lily leaned against the doorframe. "A little." "Good," Kate said, not looking up from the kettle. Lily laughed softly. "Good? Means it matters to you." Neither of them said anything for a second. Then Lily pushed off the doorframe. "I'm heading out to the store," she said. "Okay," Kate replied. She was almost down the hall when Kate said, without turning around, "Wear something warm. The place I'm thinking of is close to the water." Lily stopped. She pressed her lips together so Kate wouldn't hear her smiling. "Okay." "Okay," Kate said. Kate hadn't told her where they were going, and Lily hadn't asked. She followed her down a side street she didn't recognize, past a row of quiet buildings, until Kate slowed in front of a door with no sign and pushed it open like she'd done it 100 times. The inside was small and warm, candlelit, the kind of place that felt like a secret. But then the host led them through and out onto a terrace at the back, and Lily stopped walking for just a second. The water was right there, dark and wide, the city reflected in it, lights moving on the surface. A few other tables, far enough apart to feel private. The air was cold, but still. "You knew I'd like this," Lilly said. Kate sat down across from her. "I had a feeling." The host set down their menus with a quiet smile. He said something to Kate in a low voice. Something about the fish, a new addition. He thought she'd enjoy it. Kate thanked him by name. He left without any fuss. Lilly watched this and then looked back at Kate, who was reading the menu with the same expression she wore reading contracts. "Sometimes I forget," Lilly said. Kate looked up. "Forget what?" "That you're kind of a big deal, out there, in the actual world." She nodded vaguely toward the restaurant, the city beyond the water. "And then someone talks to you like that and I remember." "Like what?" "Like they're genuinely glad you walked in." Kate glanced back down at her menu. "The fish is supposed to be good tonight, apparently." Lilly watched her for a second, the corner of her mouth pulling up. "Whatever you say, Ms. West." Kate looked up. "Don't." "I'm not doing anything,"